Welcome to Harmless Halloween. The stream will start soon. Thank you. Welcome one and all to another Harmless Halloween. And now, the host of your fine evening, Adamos CLU.
There we go. What's up? How's it going, chat? Hope you guys are doing well this fine early morning. For some of you. For others, maybe not. If you're watching on the VOD, I appreciate you watching stuff in the future. And hope you enjoyed the stream this evening. And for those of you joining me from the radio show, the Harmless Content transmission over on trekradio.net, I appreciate having you here. And I'm glad you guys were able to join me as we continue on with this haunting little game, Call of Cthulhu. We are up to Chapter 8 of this now. Not to worry. If you're just getting in, there's VODs that I have, videos on demand. Should still be able to catch all of the ones here on Twitch. I think they keep them for 2 weeks. But you can also check out this right here. I'm going to put it up in chat. this right here. Where did it go? There we go. That's it. Yeah, there we go. That is the new YouTube archive that I'm putting together with the Atomos CLU material. So you can check out the past VODs and actually all of the stuff that we're doing for Harmless Halloween. I believe I've got it all organized now. And it should have its own playlist for Harmless Halloween shows that I'm doing. So you can always check that on out there at that location. And then another thing here. There we go. That is the HC Arcade Discord. Putting together a Discord channel. And if you want, you can go over and hit that up. Once I get a chance to, I'll be able to get you up to posting status there. But for the most part, just kind of have it set up right now that you come in and take a look around and see the kind of stuff that we're putting up there. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I needed to do. Thanks for reminding me. There we go. Got to tweet this out. So if you're not following, there is my Twitter handle for doing this stuff. And I try to... There we go. We got it. It's out now. I try to post this stuff here, and then also make sure that I put it up in the HC Arcade channel as a everyone chat. That way you can also keep your Discord going and get it in there for the HC Arcade. Where did I put that? In announcements? Yeah, there we go. So, like I said, we're going to be working on Call of Cthulhu, continuing on with the story there. And quite a story it has been up to this point. I guess I do have to change this. There we go. Alright, I don't know. We'll have to figure that out another time. But here we go. And John over to this. There we go. So being there we go. Chapter 8. The Riverside Institute. In the nameless bookstore, Pierce traced the trail of an attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find that the latter and Sarah Hawkins are hidden there. What they had hidden there. A book covered in human skin lied inside. Irresistibly attracted, the detective... When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. So that's kind of where we're at this point. Like I said, it'll take a second here to get in and figure out what's going on. But I think you'll get it. Other than that, welcome to the Harmless Halloween transmission this evening here on Twitch and YouTube. Should be over there as well. We'll check that. Yeah. There it is. Okay. And I appreciate you being here and watching the streams. I hope you guys are enjoying the Harmless Halloween. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe over there on YouTube. And don't forget to follow me on Twitch. And that way we can do the new things. All right. Well, let's get into this real quick.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Very well. I'll examine him.
Okay. So this is interesting. We are now in a totally different character. Let's see. Oh, hey. We can't get to our Pierce stuff, but it looks like we can at least take a look at this side of things. So in here, give you an idea. So far on the case. Okay, so Riverside Institute. This is where we're currently at, which is the insane asylum on the island. Or at least it appears to be where we're at. We kind of fell into a little bit of a situation at the Sanders residence. And in here, we found a painting that is some kind of a dimensional door. And creatures came out of the painting. And in a very lengthy issue with me and the game mechanics, we finally found the right knife and were able to stab the painting, and thus it caused the creature to basically disappear. That painting was done by one Sarah Hawkins, whom is the main character that, basically, our character, the detective, was sent to find out a little bit more about the death of Sarah Hawkins here at the mansion. And boy, have we found out a few things. It appears that there is some kind of a weird situation going on with the folks on the island. Yeah, Bazag would have loved that one. Tons of stabby things in the museum. But like I said, there appears to be kind of a story in this town here. Darkwater is a failing whaling town. Basically, the whales have all disappeared, and they don't have anything here. There is these group of whalers that are kind of the folks that are the town people. And there's also another faction or another group here as well, which are bootleggers. The town is kind of a mystery to folks on the mainland. It's just outside of Boston, yet nobody knows it's really there. Like there's only one boat that seems to know of it, and that is run by the captain in the town. And basically, it's kind of a closed-off harbor. So it was a real good residence for the smugglers to kind of move on into and use for their operations. We've met the leader of the smugglers, which is a woman named Kat, or goes by the name of Kat. And she is at non-friendly terms with the detective, but is, needless to say, a main character. This is now technically our second time at the mental institution. The first time we basically got caught observing some kind of a weird ceremony underground. And they, in trying to stop us, they basically blew up the caverns that we were in. And we woke up in the asylum being treated for our injuries, which were apparently very dire. So after we hung out in the asylum a tiny bit and realized that things were definitely weird, because there appears to be experiments going on some of the patients, we managed to escape and get out of the asylum and headed over here to the Sanders residence. To which we have gone, we found some clues there that sent us to a place called the Nameless Bookstore. And that was what I was mentioning there at the beginning of the chapter. We went to the Nameless Bookstore and looked around, learned a bunch of things about all kinds of stuff for our character. And from there, went into this little room here, which had a safe in it. We figured out the combination for the safe. We opened up the safe and found a book, and took the book out, and when we opened up the book, we fell into somewhere. That somewhere is here, wherever here is, and apparently it's the body of one of our previous characters that we ran into. Where is she? Is this her? Yeah, here we go. Marie Colden, a 32-year-old doctor, Officer Bradley's female friend, who works as general practitioner. She was kind of key to us escaping the first time. She basically opened up the door to our cell and told us how to get out. And yeah, so she figured out long before I arrived that Fuller was involved in illegal activities. She wants to shed full light on the nature of his experiments and believes that helping me to solve the Hawkins case could advance her own investigation. So this guy, where is he? Right here. This is Dr. Fuller, who is doing the weird experiments here. And he reigns as the undisputed master of Riverside Institute and all of its cellars, in which he carries out illegal experiments on his patients. I don't know what he has done to me, but I shouldn't be back on my feet so soon after my fall when the tunnels under the Hawkins mansion caved in. This man is dangerous, and I swear that he knows more about all this business than he's willing to tell. So that kind of covers some of the main characters there. We also, we're currently apparently Marie Colden to get started here. And we'll learn more about some of the other stuff and characters as we go along. But I think time to continue on with the case. So I chose that I was going to examine the patient, which this is technically the detective here on the table. So let's see where this goes.
"30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell. His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes, like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients, provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
His limbs? His body temperature? I don't know what experiments you've undertaken, but this is going too far.
Oh, I sense some excitement beneath your indignation. Could it be you wish to join me in my scientific endeavors?
You are a brilliant physician, Dr. Fuller, but this man has the attributes of some kind of animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
All right. I'm getting the impression that we're going to be playing this character to learn a little bit more about what's going on. But yeah, you were right. He's mutating. He's turning into something. And yeah, he definitely, he could be the father of the Red Skull. Would actually fit the time period fairly well. But yeah, super creepy dude. And they did a really, like I said, a very haunting job of getting this guy in here and what he's up to. And now we find out that it's kind of the case with our main detective here too. So this is going quite nice. Yes, with his research. Yeah, it's creepy. Let's find out more.
An unknown medicine. Judging by the other ones, it causes heavy side effects. Chronic insomnia, like half the island. This place draws you in and never lets you go.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Come now. Don't let that witch sap your morale. We're lacking in qualified personnel, and she knows it. Her petty punishments won't last forever.
I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. It's just that sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself, just for the pleasure of harassing me.
Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games.
Anyway, I've learned my lesson. I'll hold my tongue next time.
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
All right, so we run across these reference books from time to time, and they help out with our character. Like dictionary, this work references in alphabetical order all the medical sciences known and practiced in the modern world. For each of these entries, the major works and the names of the reference authorities are listed.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do. Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
The file is strangely incomplete, and the detail on the treatment is not given. It does not respect standard practice.
Dr. Colden, we need you at once in Dormitory B.
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I'll see to it right away.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file.
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients' files around here.
Rules are rules. See, with Dr. Fuller, he's in charge. Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they get what they want.
Understood. Anything else?
As a matter of fact, yes. A man has been brought up from the basement.
Oh. What state is he in now?
You should go see for yourself, Doctor.
The boiler room key is not in its place. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him. The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
You're not here for treatment, right?
Am I so obvious?
Only to me. I know you worry about me.
I trust you. I'm happy to see you.
Me too, Ethan. Is that all?
Well, there might be something else. I'm not sure.
Tell me.
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
With everything that happened to you these last days, it's no wonder you're feeling stressed.
Maybe.
Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh. There's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
Okay. Mm-hmm. There's that.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever. I wanted more for myself, but...
Dr. Colden.
Oh, nice. Congrats, dude. Yeah. Excellent. Congrats. Good luck.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I'm going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling. His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
You did good work. The tranquilizer is kicked in. Now you can disinfect and bandage his wounds.
Thank you, Doctor. And as to his weight loss?
I'll prescribe an antifungal treatment for his dysgeusia. In the meantime, feed him intravenously.
It'll be done.
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble. The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait. Intoxication from breathing organic vapors. She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable, but Fuller was able to save her kidney. He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Ah, a whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back?
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out.
Doctor, please. My chest.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation. Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands. Hay fever. What's he doing here? Mrs. Sanders? Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
The file describes the state of Irene Sanders, entered Riverside Institute, as well as the treatments administered to her. Fuller added a handwritten note. He recommends to take her down to the psychiatric wing in order to provide her with the quiet and rest that she needs. This is the lady that we met in the last chapter. She was the owner of the house and the wife to the man that we watched get crushed by something invisible. Well, yeah, actually, we know that the amulet that Charles Hawkins tried to steal in Egypt was one of the protector amulets from the ancient Egyptians. So, yeah, it does fit in quite nicely with doing the Egypt. You've run Egypt before, haven't you? I thought you did. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's actually a mutant in that case. We'll see. We're not really sure what happened there, but we saw something pretty weird. Find out if there's anything more going on here.
There's no way I'm leaving until I find what Fuller is hiding.
Dr. Batty's asthma cigarettes.
Let's hope I can go through the administration office.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan?
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer is no. You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
And just wait and see the next time the water's cut off. It's a real show.
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest.
It's temperamental,
It's so unfair.
if I understand correctly. can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool. The operating room is never accessible after an operation. Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food. I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion. It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time. Mrs. Donovan?
I'm busy. Elizabeth, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. But it's about the water.
What now?
It's off. It's not my fault.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something. Patient files. I was right. The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders.
A study of the Sandral syndrome, a particularly rare mental illness. Subjects display mental disorders linked to an exposure to works of art.
Conclusions, session number 17. Patient, Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. Why is Ethan on medication? I must go back to the basement. I should go another way.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly. Talk, filthy thief! Oh, I swear I'll shoot!
I came to this island to investigate a death, and ended up in your shop.
How convenient.
I'm serious. I saw the broken glass and followed the path. The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
I was there, and then I was elsewhere.
No. The book can't transport you. It must have been a vision. Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait. No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go! Rescue the doctor!
Thank you, Drake.
Chapter 9, Riverside Institute. The book projected Pierce into the body of Dr. Colden. The detective watched helplessly as Bradley's friend carried out her inquiry. Confronted with the experiments of Fuller, she got into his office and discovered that the director of Riverside Institute was hiding information on, if not the body of, Sarah Hawkins. But she discovered by Fuller, Pierce must save her. But she was discovered by Fuller. Pierce must save her before it's too late. Yeah, it's I kind of knew that too, which is exactly the reason why I figured it was probably best just to go in the door. You can definitely tell that the way they have this, that it directs you more or less kind of move in certain directions. So pretty cool. Like I said, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I hope you guys are enjoying the Harmless Halloween stream of all of Cthulhu. We just finished up chapter 8, and this is chapter 9. So let's see what Pierce has in store for him as we get into Riverside Institute.
I pray that Colden is really here and alive.
Volume 1. We've got, like, I think 2 and 3. The Diary of Pastor's Wife, Volume 1. Diary of Reverend Wickwood's wife. Her husband John built the first Hawkins home called Hilltop at the end of the 17th century. They were among the first white colonists of the island. The previous inhabitants disappeared mysteriously 3 centuries earlier.
An old diary. Right. Enough time wasted. Colden needs me. I must find her. My God, what is happening to me? What was that? It's as if I'd been transported somewhere else. What happened? Something has changed, but what?
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, I think what they're doing with the up here.
Where have I seen this symbol?
Okay, that happened.
Yikes.
Alright, we found a new spot. That's good. Yeah. I think I got kind of the idea what we're doing here. You'll notice that if you're trying to figure it out, over on the right-hand side, that's the flame that I have, or at least the fuel I have on this side of the magical lamp. That I'm trying to unlock each one of these areas of the building, and you have to like burn hard fuel in order to get these things to disappear. Yeah, it definitely is very freaky, especially with the breathing and all of the other sounds to it. It's a great job. Let's see if we can get it.
Destiny, it has trapped you.
You are confronting powers that surpass you.
Looks like things are back to normal.
Does it really look that way to you? That was interesting. I don't know how else to describe it. Nicely done. Little maze set up there, and tricky to get through once I figured out how it worked. So I want to thank everybody for joining me here for the Harmless Halloween continuation here of Call of Cthulhu. Let's go down to the basement. That seems like a good idea.
What's going on? It never ends. Damnation. That's me. Oh God! I gotta get out. I got.
Pierce, I found her. I finally know what's going on. You must live and find the truth. It is already too late for me.
Colden? What's going on? Was it a hallucination?
Please take a seat and be quiet, Mr. Pierce. I'll be with you in a moment.
Stop whatever the hell you're doing and turn around now. No, it can't be. No! You son of a bitch! What did you do to her?
I wish I could have done more experiments on you, Mr. Pierce.
I said, what did you do to her?
You shouldn't be sorry for your friend. You should envy her.
Murderer! This madness must stop!
Colden?
What did they do to you? Can you speak?
What is this? Is it... what?
Sarah.
He gave him the gold and I the azure.
I don't see him very often anymore. The green is stronger.
Are you feeling ill?
I'm here, but no.
Let's get you out of here.
It comes in my dreams. Our minds melt like colors on a palette.
Come with me.
It's as of the oldest green. A violent living, vibrant. A sea green, maybe. No.
Mrs. Hawkins, we must go before someone finds out.
Oh, but he will. He always knows these things when it's about me.
Who put you here?
But Charles, of course. He tries to protect me.
So he locked you in this rat hole out of love?
Love? He is the only one who still believes he can feel it.
All right. Come with me.
He will know. He will find us.
One more reason to hurry.
Have I seen you before?
Can you walk?
Maybe.
Then let's go before your husband finds us. It was in your studio.
What?
You painted me. That's where you saw me.
Of course. The men in white are coming.
You mean the guards?
This way. Follow me.
What the?
Oh no.
Who's there? Come out of your hiding hole. You won't get far.
Right, that again.
It was in your studio.
What?
You painted me. That's where you saw me.
Of course. The men in white are coming.
You mean the guards?
This way. Follow me.
What the?
Oh no.
This way.
Yeah.
Come out of your hiding hole.
Okay.
You won't get far. Come out of your dumb hiding hole.
It was in your studio.
What?
You painted me. That's where you saw me.
Of course. The men in white are coming.
You mean the guards? What the?
Oh no.
There.
I got this. Okay. Okay. Wait. The machine. It's the green. The decaying one.
The gas.
Yes. It's not good for living beings.
We don't have time for that.
I am not moving until the wrong is set right.
Damn it. I'd be better off finding a tool. Perfect. All right. That should do it. Let's move.
Where the hell do you think you're going, woman?
I'm your puppet no more, you bastard!
You're my wife, my wife. You owe me obedience.
Leave her alone! We're leaving this crazy island.
You are going nowhere. Don't get between me and my wife.
Edward!
Nobody tells me what to do with my wife. How dare you? No! Why should I let you take her away when I could snap your neck?
All you did for her safety was throwing her in this rat hole.
I hid her well enough.
You let Fuller play with her.
Stop. I did everything I could to protect her. But her identity, her power, is what threatens her.
What?
Sarah has seen things, has made things you can't even begin to imagine. Would you still save her if I told you that she is even more dangerous than I am?
The bandit! But she refused!
At first, Sarah condemned Francis Saunders the moment she offered him the Wanderer. Sarah has been in the presence of the myth for too long. Even if she were to leave Darkwater, she would still hear his call. And the cult will always be here, waiting for her.
Then we get rid of its members.
You are out of your league, detective. They control the whole island. She will finally surrender to his power, and the world will fall with her.
Don't!
No one can escape the wheel of destiny, they say. But I will change it. I will save Sarah.
So that was fairly intense. Wow. It would appear that things are starting to heat up here in Darkwater. Yeah. It's good stuff. I really like I like how it keeps twisting. And the characters are not quite what they appear. It appears. Tell you what, I'm going to take a couple of minutes here and grab something to drink, and get a few things squared away. And we will continue with Chapter 9 of Hawkins Mansion, which I'm guessing we're going to meet Sarah. And I don't know how looking forward to that I am. So stick around. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Should be no longer than that. In the meantime, thanks again for joining me for HC Media Presents Harmless Halloween. Alrighty. That's good stuff. I'm really enjoying this, and I hope you guys are too. Let's get back into and go with Call of Cthulhu. Chapter 9, the Hawkins Mansion. After the death of Colden, Pierce, victim of hallucinations, advanced inside the Riverside Institute to the point of discovering Sarah Hawkins alive, prisoner of Dr. Fuller. The first confrontation between Charles Hawkins and his wife has revealed that the man under his monstrous appearance tried to protect her from the influence of the myth. He warned Pierce, if Sarah succumbs to the lure of the occult, she will lose all free will, allowing the cult to bring its plan to fruition. Summon an ancient and evil god. Henceforth, Pierce must know more about Sarah Hawkins' intentions and find out a way to protect her.
No parent should have to bury their child, knowing it's me that put him there. The guilt will never go away.
I feel your pain.
I'll do anything to get him back. Anything. My work was what lured me here in the first place. It began showing me things I never should have painted. Things Charles should never have seen.
What am I to you? I took care of you, saved you from your miserable life. You'll never find a man better than me. You owe me.
I owe you nothing. We'll leave now.
You're not going anywhere. You are mine.
Simon.
Come on. It's over now.
That seems to be how it goes when we wake up anymore. Alright, so that explains the fire. And we get a kind of a little bit more detail as to what exactly happened there during that little moment. Let's take a second here and get Pierce caught up on his skills. Wow, we have 8 points. Yeah, we haven't been spending much of this. I have a feeling that this eloquence is going to be important. So let's bump this up. We're going to put 4 points into that right off the bat, and that'll, I think, take us all the way up. Yeah, that'll take us to tier 4 here. Let's go ahead and validate that now. Okay. You can kind of see that the medicine and books that we're picking up along the way are increasing our medicine and occultism skills kind of on their own, but we still have to find these items in the environment. So that's kind of how these skill points work here, is that it's discovery items. I noticed that the psychology thing popped up a couple of times in some of the dialogues, which doesn't seem like a bad idea. But I really think that our investigation and our spot hidden items, if we can crank these up, I think this will be really good here at this point. Because I think that's where we're going to be headed here. So basically, we're going to get our these main skills right up here. Not too worried about strength. It seems to be kind of good for what we're doing at this point. So we'll try that and see where that goes. Got a bunch of the folks here. There's Charles Hawkins. Yes, we did find out he's still alive. Sort of. He seems to be suffering from some mutations. Francis Sanders, the art dealer, they had mentioned him, and I didn't go over this, but he was the one that died in the very odd occurrence. Also, Marie Colden, whom we had met, is now deceased as well. And yeah, I didn't see that either. I had a feeling that she was going to be like the doctor that would help us out kind of thing. But no, apparently not. We also got to we met Algernon Drake there at the beginning of the stream, who owns the bookstore that we went to, and got all of the stuff. And he is the one that had the copy of the book that we read from that started some of the heavier hallucinations. Irene Sanders, we found her after going and visiting their mansion, and then going back to the Institute. We found that she is now a patient in the Institute. So, yeah, that's a thing. And oddly enough, we found Sarah. And I think that's where this next little section is going to be going, is with her. The other thing that we've done here is we've unlocked a lot of these mental traumas, which I don't know if they're great to unlock, but we did. Taking a look, and what we did, we found the first one there with our the ritual, seeing the ritual underground. Then the macabre discovery in the one room of what were apparently patients being kept alive. Then the death of Francis Sanders was a little bit traumatic, right? Like I said, picked up by an invisible force and basically crushed. Then we saw this. Pierce read the ancient treatise, the Malus Bestiarium. This is an inventory of numerous creatures from the occult world or parallel dimensions. And the very nature of this knowledge makes it an unholy book. By reading it, Pierce lost some of his sanity. We met the Shambler, and he was definitely not nice. it took us like every single knife in the entire collection until we actually figured out which one we were supposed to use. But we managed to banish it through that knife stabbing the painting itself. Then reading the Necronomicon apparently turned out to be a bad idea, but well, it gave us some mental trauma. For whatever that's worth. Pierce has read the Necronomicon, drawn by the whispering of the accursed book. He forced the bookseller's safe, touched the skin binding, and deciphered the last words of the crazed Abdul El-Zard, as if an answer of the question that Pierce was asking himself. The book sucked in his mind and projected it to the body of Colden. Silent witness to his own investigation, he followed her steps down into the cellars of Riverside Institute and her confrontation with Fuller. Returned to his own body, Pierce slowly comes to understand that his investigation is taking him into unknown territory. The worlds of the Necronomicon still echo in his mind. Will he ever forget that horrifying read? Trapped in Madness, that was fun. That was the going through and getting caught by whatever the hell is roaming around inside the Institute there. Looks kind of similar to the Shambler. But somehow he is loose there. And then, of course, this confrontation here would traumatize anyone. I think I'm just going to be dealing with that myself. Charles Hawkins and that little thing. So, as you can kind of see here, that's moving on up. And then here, it's filling up our little sanity bar. We're currently psychotic. Yeah. Oh, there we go. What else in Darkwater? The places, yeah, we ran into a couple of new places here. The cellars of the Institute, that's where we had to sneak around. And then over at the Sanders residence, that was the place that we had to go find it. And yeah, see this picture right here? This picture right here, that's the cabinet that had the knife in it. Right there. Also, we ran into the Nameless bookstore. Yeah, that was where we started tonight's adventure from. And of course, we've been hanging out in the Riverside Institute all night. It's been fun. Lots of occult stuff. This cultist symbol, you'll probably recognize that from when we were bopping around under the thing there. And yeah, this is one of them. Oh yeah, and we also found the what happened to the disappeared tribe. Through some cave painting type things we found on the walls. A tribe of men, worshippers of the sea and its benefits, landed on the shores of the island surrounded by dark waters. They were discovered by the creature some call the Devourer of Whales. For years, the creature hunted them down into their dreams until their weakened minds surrendered. Following the creature's orders, they sunk to the dark waters surrounding the island and never came back. And that's from the bestiarium we found. Yes, we also found the sleeping cultist. They are laid out on a frozen stone. One would say they are dead, but their bodies do not decompose. They are in some form of coma. One thing is for sure, these men were subjected to a type of treatment that changed their physical characteristics. I'm not sure what we can still call them men. And that's from the detective's book. The dimensional shambler comes from the dark and inhospitable dimension where the rarity of food sources keeps it in a state of permanent starvation. This is why it's in constant state of readiness to travel to other dimensions in order to feed on its inhabitants. Make sure you never weaken the veils of your dimension, otherwise you risk attracting this very dangerous creature. Should this happen, you will have to lay your you just have to lay your eyes upon it, for its being an anchor itself in your dimension, and to allow it to rip you open with its claws. The Malus Bestiarium. Men will gather the knowledge through the lines dictated to me by the great old ones, but also in the other volumes, the visions that assail me whispers me names and silhouettes of mythical creatures. Soon the Malus Monstrum, repository of all its anatomical, cosmic, and dimensional knowledge, will be seen as an authoritative work. This book, unholy amongst most curse books, will one day be the final rampart between man and the predators that are waiting to devour him, hidden behind the veils of parallel dimensions. There's our dagger. The dagger of the ancients. This exceptional dagger of Ottoman origin probably dates from the 16th, 17th century. It bears the elder sign on its hilt and apparently belonged to Pergo Igrum Pasha, Grand Vizier at the court of Suleiman the Magnificent. Legend tells that Pergo used the symbol on the dagger to protect the court from the creature that haunted the mirrors of the palace. What is certain is that Suleiman had his vizier executed. Did he fear him after this demonstration of power? Well, that's backstory on the dagger. There's the painting. Painting of the Shambler was exposed in Francis Sanders' gallery, but I think that the creature no longer requires it for movement. It went down. It went to hunt down Sanders in the cellars of Riverside Institute. I do not know where it comes from, but one thing is for sure: it's starving. Did I succeed in sending it back to its world? I'm not sure. And the ascent. When they have consumed the stellar flesh and survived the transformation, closer than ever to their new master, they will enter his sleep of death and will only awaken to answer his call. They will be called and awakened. It's an extract from the Necronomicon. Cthulhu. I'm not even going to attempt that. Just because, for safety's sake, I think. But yeah, there's the incantation for Cthulhu. The Elder Sign. Men discovered a protective symbol so powerful that it could remove them from the gaze of creatures of myth. They carved it into their jewels, painted it on their doors of their houses, and embroidered it on the clothing of their children. Later, they understood they could even exercise its power on doors of the sunken city. And the Necronomicon. The words that follow are not really mine. They were communicated to me in my dreams and trances by the greatest minds in the cosmos. I take advantage of these moments of lucidity that grow ever shorter to write down these few scripts from the immense knowledge that they have sent crashing upon my broken mind. Night after night, I can only leave these crumbs of knowledge to the world in the hope that reading them will guide men. But I already fear that that unholy words will stain the soul of whoever dares open the cursed collection, because just like prisoners whose confessions were written on their own skins, I shall protect my heritage beyond the ages. And the High Priest that we saw there. The call cannot be made without a guide. The guide does not have to see or hear. He is fully committed to the cause of the great old one that he serves. He will find the oracle. He will pursue the truth seeker. He will neither reveal nor explain. He will observe. And when the stars... And when the stars align, the day of awakening arrives. He will take his place and lead the call. That's all of the stuff for the Dark Water section. And the clues. Medical records and stuff. We basically saw a lot of the clues and stuff, so I'll hold off on that. But I did want to take a look. In the inventory, we have the fire poker found in the Riverside Institute's boiler room, and that became kind of a important item there in hanging out with Charles. So, I get this caught up on a lot of the stuff that kind of falls behind, I've noticed in this game. We need to go and speak with Sarah Hawkins.
How are you, Bradley?
Ah, it's you, Pierce. I'm just worried about Marie. I mean, Dr. Colden. Have you had any news?
I'm so sorry, Bradley. I could do nothing to save her.
What do you mean? What happened?
I'm not sure what happened, but I found her body in the cellars of Riverside.
You sure that you've got nothing to do with it? If she hadn't tried to help you, she might still be alive.
I'm sorry. Truly.
It's that slug, Fuller. I swear I'll shoot him. What do you say, Pierce? Are you with me?
I'm sure Dr. Colden would have wanted you to help fight the cult. Fuller is just a link in the chain. It's their leader that must be tracked down.
Marie devoted the last 3 months fighting against this monster, and it cost her her life. He killed her, Pierce. Don't presume to understand her motivations when you obviously paid no attention to her crusade.
We must do something for those who are still alive, Bradley. Sarah is still in danger as long as the cult is active. We need to see this through, otherwise Marie's death will have been in vain.
You're, the voice of reason, Pierce. As always.
Was Sarah Hawkins telling the truth? What kind of ritual was she preparing? Was the painting of the Shambler displayed here? Mrs. Hawkins never told me why she was in possession of the Necronomicon. She was trying to send back the shell. How did she react? Was she afraid? Did Charles Hawkins break the lock to enter?
Mr. Pierce, we were waiting for you.
Good. Sarah doesn't have much time.
What are you doing here?
Did you think I would let you confront the occult without supervision?
This is too dangerous for a bookworm like you.
Algernon, I need to talk to Mr. Pierce.
Very well, Sarah. I will be in Charles Hawkins' office.
You seem different.
Yes. When I woke up this morning, my mind was sharper. Cleaner. I can still hear the voice calling me. It is so strong. So ancient. Enticing. Dangerous. I may never be able to escape his grip, but for now I can keep it at bay. I know what I owe you, Mr. Pierce. But I can't come back to Boston with you.
You want to hunt it? That thing that hides in your painting.
Where? Where did you see it?
In the basement of the Riverside Institute. I met Francis Sanders there, just before his death.
So, he met his fate. You understand, yes? I must find it and kill it. I am the only one who can end its slaughter.
No. No, you will come with me to Boston.
I owe you no obedience.
This isn't about what you want or don't want to do. You would risk destroying the world just because you can't face the consequences of your actions.
I am willing to atone for my sins.
No, you're just trying to erase all proof of the mistakes you've made.
I know what I have done. I will not rest until the creature is sent back to its dimension.
You've recovered from yesterday's condition. That must mean you can fight it. We must find something that will stop you from relapsing.
Algernon knows of a way to protect me. Help him find what he seeks, and we may all survive this battle.
All right. I'll help you.
Hey, that's cool. Totally understand. I'm gonna have to do that myself here in a little bit. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Welcome back.
Seeing you again. Ah, it's you. I'm here for her, not you.
I don't care why you're here. Your usefulness is the only thing that matters. How do we protect Mrs. Hawkins from the influence of the forces that claim her?
By following Charles Hawkins, that imbecile of a thief, of course.
What do you mean?
He found something. An amulet. The symbol engraved on it could protect Sarah.
Could?
We are dealing with forces that by far surpass what your intellect can process. Feel free to ask me any question regarding the matters that exceed your grasp.
This creature, the Shambler, what is it?
It is a hunter. It travels from one dimension to another to hunt down its prey.
Francis Sanders was one of its victims. How could a creature like that end up in one of Mrs. Hawkins' paintings?
Sarah has an uncommon gift, a connection with entities that live beyond our reality. I doubt that she was aware at the time, but when she painted the picture in a certain way, she called it.
And now it remains in our reality.
Let us say that it uses the painting as a portal into our reality, and we make enticing prey for it.
That's why we must find a way of sending it back to where it came from permanently. The dagger with the strange sign. Was it you who sold it to Francis Sanders?
If you are referring to the dagger of the ancients, then yes, it was me. Why?
Do you know what he intended to do with it?
Francis was primarily a collector of occult objects. He liked rare items such as the dagger, but I doubt he knew its purpose.
It allowed me to send the creature you call the Shambler back into the painting.
Fascinating. But I am afraid that this might only be short-lived.
You mean that thing could come back?
Yes, that is why I am looking for a more permanent solution.
It must never come back. A genius like you must have already found a way to get rid of this creature, yes?
I sense your sarcasm, but it does happen that, yes, I do have a solution. I think I can destroy it, but for that I must approach the creature, and to be able to do so, I need the key to Rie.
Another one of your baubles.
It is no bauble, unbeliever. It is a very powerful protection, able to repel very ancient forces. Much more effective than your cult.
What does it look like?
It is a golden amulet, bearing very ancient inscriptions and an elder sign at its center. A star with an eye in the middle.
I've already seen that sign. Where can we find it?
Therein lies the problem. That foul thief, Charles, has hidden it somewhere. I found this drawing among his personal effects. I think that it has something to do with the location of the amulet.
I'll follow this lead. You continue searching.
That is what I intend to do. As for you, return here the second you find it. I don't want it to disappear again.
damn it. This is the amulet that Drake was looking for.
Ah, it's you again.
I think I've found what we're looking for.
Let me see that. Yes, that's it. It's perfect. We are saved.
I must tell Mrs. Hawkins.
Yes, do that.
I have it. It's a strange amulet. I hope it will protect you, considering that nothing will help you change your mind.
You must understand, I already went too far.
What have you seen that's so terrible you convinced yourself that you had to risk so much?
I can't tell you now.
This story is going to end badly.
Pierce! Chief West is here with Sullivan.
Bradley, you take care of Sarah. I will deal with them.
You sure? All right.
I've been hearing about you a lot lately. You seem to enjoy causing trouble.
Nice job, Chief. You got me. Great police work.
You can try to play smart with me all you want, Pierce. Witnesses have identified you as the one who set fire to Riverside.
Witnesses? How convenient. That's not the whole story, is it?
I don't care about your stories. Save them for the judge. You know, us cops, we base our investigation on facts and testimonies. You might want to try that next time.
You bet I will.
I think that's a good place right there. Checking out where we're at as far as the story goes. Obviously, we've learned quite a few things now about the situation here on the Darkwater Island. And yeah, it looks like we've got some dealing with the police to do still. And they definitely are not on the up and up. But on the good side of that, we now have found out what that amulet does. And hopefully that is going to help us here as we move along. But yeah, I think we hit the 3-hour mark on this one. And seems like a good place to kind of hold up for the night. So what we'll do is we'll stop the stream here, and I'll wish you a good day, and hopefully the sun will be up soon, right? In the meantime, thanks again for joining me for Harmless Halloween, a special night here after the show, and then this. I think it was a lot of fun. And I'm glad we got a chance to move the story forward a little bit. Didn't seem too bad. And definitely some scary things in there. So we'll continue on with more Harmless Halloween. Keep your eye on my Twitter feed there. I'll put it back up in the thing here. There we go. I'll tweet out any new stuff that pops up, and also don't forget that you can there we go. You can join me over there on the new Discord that I've started up, the HC Arcade, and yeah, time for bed for us vampires. Yeah, this is very true. But yeah, like I said, I'm really liking the story so far, and the gameplay is very interesting puzzle-solving stuff that I think is pretty fun. So once again, like I said, thanks for joining me for another Harmless Halloween. Have a great day, and we'll see you real soon.